Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's Right, Homeschool. I am Mrs. T, and today we're going to be talking about rethinking phonics. We are changing our strategy with doing phonics with my rising kindergartner, my current pre-K-er, and I wanted to go through that process with you. I wanted to share what we are thinking, why we're thinking of changing what we're doing, even though what we're doing currently seems to be going fine with our kid. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right into it. So to kind of understand why we are changing, I need to give a little bit of history. So we started homeschooling this child May-ish of last year. He is in preschool right now, and he will be in kindergarten next year, but a little bit on the younger side. So the original intention was for us to use alpha phonics. Now, we pulled it out. We actually went through a number of these lessons, and I realized we just were not ready for this program. My child needed something that was going to be focusing more on the phonetic sounds, like the alphabet, I would say, like more beginning, more basic than what was in there. And we also were kind of at a block of blending. Blending was very difficult, and that concept hadn't clicked. So we ended up using Elemental Phonics Level 1. This is one of the pages from it. I printed it, put it in here, and it was incredible. It really helped my child. We ended up flying through by the end, and by the end of Elemental Phonics Level 1, my child was able to decode CVC words that were short vowels. We're reading a lot of beginning readers. He was loving it. He was feeling confident. And so at the time I was like, okay, let's just move into Elemental Phonics Level 2. But we went through a number of lessons here in Elemental Phonics Level 2, but by the time we reached really lesson 3, I realized it wasn't going to be the program for us, and we needed to re-strategize how we were thinking about phonics and how we were going to approach phonics. Now that my child has the phonetic alphabet, now that he understands how blends work, now that he has the confidence and the desire, I was like, okay, we need to think about a better roadmap for learning phonics with my child. And I want to share why we started thinking about this. So I'm actually going to open up my binder here, and I want to share with you one of the lessons, and I'm going to compare this lesson to the other programs we were considering. And that is how Elemental Phonics tackled the TH consonant blend. And up here you can see we have basically two different pronunciations of the TH. We have what they're calling voiced and unvoiced, and we have these little symbols. And then we have down here an exception, Thomas, where we talk about how the H is silent in the word Thomas. Okay, so here's my problem with it. I am somebody who needs to have more information than this. What does it mean, voiced versus unvoiced? I can kind of guess. If they're saying that the voiced and unvoiced are underneath, then I can kind of guess that what they mean by voiced is that it's the like V sound. That's kind of almost that Z-E kind of sound. And then the TH unvoiced would be like the sound. But I can guess, but that I need more instruction. I've never taught someone to read before, and although I love reading and I read a lot, I've never really thought about the mechanics of teaching reading and actually going through that process. So I was like, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself and my child if this is the only instruction that I'm giving. This is a word list, and that's perfect for practicing, but I felt like really understanding the why at this point is going to be important. I felt like I needed more. So then I pulled up Alpha Phonics again because I had this program, and I was like, well, let's see how Alpha Phonics handles that TH. In the back of Alpha Phonics, they break down each lesson here with some information. And in here, it does explain that the TH has two different sounds, and they're calling it a hard sound, as in thin, which to me sounds softer, but anyway, they're calling it a hard sound, and then the soft sound, like you would be in the, so that's that V sound. So of course, correlating to, swinging back to Elemental Phonics, that would be the voiced TH would be what they're calling the soft TH in alpha phonics, and the unvoiced in elemental phonics is what they're calling the hard TH. But this does give a little bit more instruction. I was like, great, but I want more. So I did a little bit of research, and we ended up deciding to go with, you see it everywhere, but All About Reading Level 1. And I want to talk about this topic. This, again, I want to show you how they tackle that TH, because this is what I need as the instructor. I need to have more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys around because I really want to do this justice. I am so sorry. I'm not the most, I'm not really talented with my filming, but let's give it a whirl. Okay, so here is lesson 18, and this is where All About Reading is talking about this TH. And immediately, I'm going to kind of go in here, you can see that it is saying that in level 1, you're going to talk about this TH as in 3 and then. So it has 2 different sounds. And it explains the difference between them. So it's going to say you're going to notice that the display of the TH is going to be different. There's going to be this one, which is like 3, so that's soft, what Alpha Phonics calls the hard TH, and then this with the cross through it. And then, you guys, this is what I needed. On the next page here, it is going to explain what's considered unvoiced and voiced, and it gives you examples, and it's going to tell you what you need. So all of this part in the before you begin really breaks down what I needed as the instructor. We then have this review section. It's going to remind you to review, and then it goes into the teaching, and it gives you, it's scripted. This is going to help me to make sure that I am teaching my child in a way that is correct. I do not want to cause any sort of confusion. And again, it's going to go over here into some more information about this. We are pulling in letter tiles, which is great. It gives a game for you to do, and then it goes through all sorts of different ways for you to hone in on this. It also is going to help show your child how to decide which pronunciation of the TH you need. And it's going to first be introduced to them as you as the parent working through that before, like out loud with them. And then here we go. I just want to go on this side too. And then it comes up with these games. And in this one, we're going to be working with that, the hard TH and the soft TH. They're going to be different ones. Anyway, you guys, I think that this is great. And again, it comes with more games. It has activity sheets, reading practice. We have some practicing of fluency. So it's going to show you, it's going to direct you to the activity book for the child, reminding you to read aloud, and then also progressing. So one of the things that my child loved about elemental phonics is a progress chart. And this has a sticker progress chart too, which is really exciting. All right, now we're flipped back. So you can see we have the same blend here of 2 different consonants, T and H, being taught in 3 very different ways, right? Again, elemental phonics is a single sheet here, and it doesn't really provide the information for you beyond this. Now, you might already be familiar with teaching someone to read, and you might not need any more guidance than this. This might be just what you need. I needed more, right? So then the next level would be like alpha phonics, where they kind of talk about that difference. They talk about how there are 2 sounds, but then you are still practicing on just word lists. And I realized I never actually showed you what the lesson looked like, but this is going to be the breakdown of that lesson that your child will actually be looking at. So it's going to be doing the like th sound at the top, and then the th sound here at the bottom. And I still get voiced and unvoiced mixed up. So I'm going to be learning a lot. And then you see in the All About Reading, it takes it way further. It provides that instruction to you as the parent, so you can go through. You're not only just doing reading lists, but you're working with tiles, you're working with flashcards, you're working with activities and games. There are readers that correspond to it. And I just felt like at this point, now that we have a really good foundation, I needed more, and I wanted to set my child up with a really solid foundation, which I felt like I wasn't prepared to give to him with my current knowledge set. So all of this being said, we are starting All About Reading Level 1, and I'm not going to get rid of alpha phonics or elemental phonics, because these word lists are still very valuable. I feel like we could definitely get a lot of value and practice by going through these. So right now, what is our day-to-day looking like? Well, we just opened up All About Reading. I just got the components all kind of together and figured out. I think what our plan here is going to be, our daily phonics is going to be all about reading. We're going to time box it to about 20 minutes because that seems to be a good amount of time for him. And then we are going to stick with our current reading that we do as a family. So we read a lot during the day, but at nighttime we read a total of 4 children's books, and we started having my child read like a small reader independently to us as a family. So we will be doing our readers at nighttime still. So we're going to kind of focus, I think, on that. And that is going to be our phonics focus. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for sticking around. Comment down below. Let me know, what kind of phonics instructor are you? Do you need to have the hand holding that I need? Or do you have it under your belt? Do you feel like you can use elemental phonics without any hitches and move forward? I'm so curious to see how you do it. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.